The election is over and Kamala Harris was resoundingly defeated by Donald Trump despite vast money coming into her campaign. Now Hollywood is crying, wailing, and in fear. But don't believe them, not for a second. For folks, we're here to tell you that the cost of endorsement from these Hollywood celebrities was insane. Today, we'll break down for you just how much bank these crazy, loony, phony stars were making off of their failed candidate. Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to the channel that is bringing clarity to a nation in need, dragging Holly Weird back to the truth, and they can't stand it. Folks, if you like this kind of content, consider clicking the like button. Our job, as always, is to endeavor explaining entertainment and keeping you ahead of the culture curve, and that's what we're doing today, starting with Economic Times out of India, because, well, they actually have an interest in telling the truth, more so than our media, our legacy media, folks. I know that X is a huge success now, and citizen journalists all over the nation taking over and driving the dinosaurs away. But here's the article. Kamala Harris paid $1 million to Oprah Winfrey to campaign for her. Yes, Oprah, the big O, Oprah Winfrey. She told you that you would never get to vote again if Trump won. But how much did it cost for her to say such a lie? Well, that's what we're looking at. And it's not just her, it's many celebrities. They're phonies. They're total and utter phonies. They are snake oil salespeople, folks. They would have more respect from me if they were on QVC selling junk jewelry. Here's the article. Vice President Kamala Harris' campaign team is reportedly facing a $20 million debt, despite having raised over $1 billion and holding a reported $118 million in funds as recently as October 16th. So where did the money go? Where did they spend it all? Well, we know. Reports reveal that the Harris campaign paid millions to celebrities to support her campaign. Wait a minute. You mean these stars? You mean these icons of virtue were not voicing their opinion legitimately? You mean that they were paid off? You mean that money was passing under the table? Reports reveal that the Harris campaign paid millions to celebrities. According to the Washington Examiner, Harris paid Oprah, her Harpo Productions, which is Oprah, $1 million on October 15th. That's just on October 15th. Let me say it again, folks. Paid Oprah $1 million on one day. Oprah, what's going on here? Notably, several A-listers, including Lady Gaga, John Bon Jovi, and Katy Perry, had campaigned for Harris in the recently concluded U.S. presidential polls in which Donald Trump got a thumping win. How much did Lady Gaga get paid? How much did John Bon Jovi get paid? What about Katy Perry? How much did she get paid? All of these icons of virtue, now that we know millions of dollars were going to celebs. Meanwhile, reports claimed that the Harris campaign invested heavily in media appearances, spending six figures to build a set for an interview on the popular Call Her Daddy podcast with host Alex Cooper. The interview, filmed in a Washington, D.C. hotel room, was released in October. Let me give you just an idea of what that's about, folks. Kamala Harris and her campaign did not want to travel to L.A. to do the Call Her Daddy podcast, so they spent $100,000 to build a replica studio in a hotel room to be used only for that time, built that thing, and then flew out Alex Cooper and the staff for the Call Her Daddy podcast. You talk about waste. You talk about hubris. And then the question is, well, did Alex Cooper and the rest, did they get to take back some of that stuff to their Call Her Daddy podcast? Did they get fresh and brand new items? Don't know. The campaign also allocated up to $20 million for targeting efforts in swing states close to Election Day, according to the New York Post. Previously, the New York Times reported that the Harris team spent substantial funds flying banners over NFL games to attract male voters in swing states. Now that we don't care about. And this thing about the Vegas sphere, don't care about it. That's normal politicking. The question is, if you're paying your buddies $1 million to say nice things about you, well, what's going on? Folks, we're going to show you in just a moment. I want you to understand. We're going to show you what happens when they could not pay anymore. And you're going to see the depravity in Hollywood in just a moment. But first, let's go to this. Actually, this is it. This is it. From Big Fish 3000, who has the Fox clip here, 16 seconds fair use. Says Canadian Alanis Morissette had to cancel giving her support to Kamala Harris because the check would not clear. Isn't that ironic? Don't you think? Let's watch this. This is from Jesse Waters, folks. Here we go.
And 20 million went to their little concerts with Lady Gaga, Katy Perry, Christina Aguilera, John Bon Jovi. Remember him? They even had to cancel a performance by Alanis Morissette because they were running low on cash. Isn't that ironic?
So, folks, it turns out that if they couldn't pay out, they didn't get the endorsements. These were endorsements for hire. These are celebrities shilling, but worse. These are celebrities willing to do whatever the campaign wants so long as the money is there. In my estimation, in my belief, therefore, these are political, well, I can't say the P word here, but prostitutes? Hey, look at that. I still said it. That's what they are, folks. These are celebrities who will do anything and everything. And Lady Gaga here on the screen. Lady Gaga, who just had one of the biggest box office flops of all time, which is really impressive given 2023 and all those big box office flops that Disney saw. Lady Gaga, who managed to absolutely destroy Joker 2 in a musical that no one is singing. Lady Gaga is still making her millions because she's willing to be shilling up there on stage for Kamala Harris. It's just too bad that nobody was buying celebrity endorsements. Let's keep going, shall we? Take a look at this. This is out of X also. This is by Ian Jaeger, and it says, breaking, Mark Cuban is deleting posts that showed his support for Kamala for president. And you can see here, a post from Mark Cuban, deleted by the post author. Colin Rugg was responding and said, your candidate wants to tax your unrealized gains and increase the corporate tax rate. Can you please tell us all how smart it is for Kamala Harris to tax your unrealized gains? Folks, I'd like to know now. I think it's time to disclose now. How much money was Mark Cuban being paid for the endorsement and for the constant talking points he was giving out for the Kamala Harris campaign? How much is it worth? What was it that Mark Cuban was getting in return? And now it's a time to start asking these questions about all of these celebrities. And in particular, there were some parties that are under investigation now, perhaps criminal investigation. It's very interesting to me. I think it's time to start asking those questions also of Hollywood. Who was involved in those? And were you being given any kind of assurances behind closed doors, behind the scenes, that if you cooperated in a campaign, either for money or not, that you might be out of the hot seat? I think it's time to start asking those questions because now we're finding out that these celebrities are absolutely slimy. They give you their endorsement. They say what they need to say if they get paid. Truly, they are actors on and off the screen. And that is why, folks, as you watch this video, we should go away with a victory. And I mean this. You should go away feeling wonderful about yourselves because you have principles. You have integrity. They don't. And they have been seen now. And not only have they been seen, but their obscene way in which they live and exist and carry themselves, it's all been put on full display while you are now the new media. This channel is the new media. The YouTube channels that you're watching, the content created all over the heartlands of America, that is what is winning now. The dinosaur legacy media and their celebrity stars are dimmed. They're done. Yes, I know they'll still have some place out there to run and try to make news, but it's largely over, folks. It's largely over for them. They might not know it. Take a look at this. This is, we're not going to play this one because I don't know who has the copyright on it. This is Mark Ruffalo, though. Mark Ruffalo, who was part of that Avengers crew. And I want to know that too now. Mark Ruffalo and Robert Downey Jr. and ScarJo and all the rest who got together and said, we're the Avengers. But they didn't say anything that was putting them in trouble with Disney. But they did the Wakanda salutes and all that. And they came out and shilled for Kamala Harris. I guess to try to get enthusiasm for the young male voters. And I don't have any problem in the world with them doing that, by the way, unless they were being paid millions of dollars to do that and use Disney iconography and use the cachet they've built up with the Marvel audience. If they were being paid millions of dollars to do that, then we have a problem, I think, because, well, I mean, we don't have a legal problem, but you got a heck of a PR problem if Robert Downey Jr., who has vast wealth at this point, made off of hardworking Americans who went to go support him in his movies, if he said, hey, give me cash and I'll do this. If ScarJo was saying that, and I don't know that they were, but now there's a pattern, so I'm curious. It's like I want to open that door a little more now and see who all was getting paid, who all got enriched by this. You know, we can't send money to North Carolina. We can't help out the people who got hit with the hurricane. We can't help out the people in northern Florida, the west coast of Florida. We can't help the people in Georgia who got hit by that horrible, awful hurricane. We don't have the money in the federal government to really take care of them the way we do people internationally. But we can pay celebrities. We can, and I got to be careful. I wanted to use the term slush fund. I'm not going to use that. But you think about it, you know, huge sums of money coming in from all of these vastly wealthy resources for the Harris campaign. And it was going out to pay millions and millions and millions of dollars to celebrities for them to get out there and say something that they would not say otherwise, seemingly, at least some of them. It just begs the question. Now, I don't know the heart of Oprah Winfrey, and I don't know the heart of Robert Downey Jr. or Alanis Morissette or Katy Perry, and I have no doubt whatsoever that they support Kamala Harris and that they supported the candidate for the Democrat Party. I have no doubt that they truly do despise the other candidate now, the forthcoming president of the United States. I have no doubt of that. But what I do find despicable is if they, in their mansions and their tremendous wealth, if they truly believed in this cause, why did they have to sponge more money out of it? Why couldn't they do it pro bono? Instead, they made millions off of this. And seemingly, considering Alanis Morissette, who I think is Canadian, seemingly, they couldn't be there to support that candidate unless the cash was there. So now I want to know, how much was Ruffalo paid? How much was RDJ paid? Maybe none, maybe some. I want to know how much money has been going to these candidates for them to blow their cachet, their gravitas, their legacies with fans to become partisan and political. How much money does it take? And if you're RDJ and you have all the money in the world, why? Why would you be interested in another million to make yourself controversial? Like, did they ever grow tired of it? I'm curious of that. I'm very curious of that. And I think, folks, that perhaps Congress in the future should look into this. Now, I know that, and Attorney Ron Coleman has said that the best way to spend money is for your candidate to win. And I believe that's true as well. But I do think there's something to be said about all this money coming in and all this money going out to friends who have clout for them to say the things that they wish for them to say. There's something that just doesn't smell right. And I think it's worth looking into. All right, folks, that's the video for today. Hope you enjoyed this one. Hope we shone a light upon what is wrong and what is right. But again, I want you to walk away feeling positively because the celebrities have lost their voice. You are the voice of the nation. Whether you're on the right or the left or the center or anywhere else, I don't know how you could be anywhere else, but if you are now the new media. You're what matters, and that's because of X, it's because of YouTube. It's because of some of these other social media platforms, but trust me, it's mostly because of X and YouTube. And, well, you know, we'll give credit to the Green Machine. Don't want to shut them out either. They did some phenomenal work. Shame we can't say their name right now, but hey, things are changing, right? We'll see. All right, folks, that is the video for today. Like, share, subscribe, click it and stick it to the algorithms. It is the notification bell. Drop a comment down below. Let us know your thoughts. Don't forget, folks, we'll have another video out coming 3:30 p.m. Eastern today, and then 8:30 p.m. Eastern as well, 4 times a day right here on the channel. And a thank you to everybody out there because it's always an honor a pleasure and a privilege to get to do what I do, which is to speak with you and share time with you. It means the world to me that you would invite me onto your device, into your speakers, and into your time. I take it very seriously. Folks, one request as you head on out, though. This is something serious as well. We have a panelist who joins us on the channel quite often, and you may be familiar with his voice and with his way of thinking. LW Ghost, one of our panelists, will be having a significant surgery on Wednesday. If you're the kind of person who prays or gives good thoughts to others, it'd be a good time to do that. We're hoping for a fantastic result for LW Ghost and for his voice to continue being strong and heard well across these beautiful American states and beyond, all across the world. Folks, say a little prayer for LW Ghost that his surgery will go well. All right, folks, until the next time we have the honor to spend time with you, we bid you adieu this way. Keep learning, keep growing, and as always, keep having fun.
All right, Bob, we need to make sure we got all your legal strategies figured out.
Well, Mr. Lawyer, I'm thinking this is probably a good idea considering everything we've been up to at the company.
First, we need to make sure that you understand that anything and everything you say will likely be used against you. So, you should always wear your heart on your sleeve and say out loud what that inside voice is saying.
Are you sure? That kind of goes against what I know.
Yep. Oh, and by the way, you should definitely double down on everything with the board and that whole proxy war thing. This place is losing money hand over fist, and that means that you can keep budgets lighter and management well paid.
You think I should go and double down on the proxy war with Nelson Peltz?
Oh, absolutely. Just make a trashy video promoting it. This is the company after all.
Done. That should work. Our investors have been totally ignorant and willing to throw us money regardless of what we do with it anyway. They totally have cause to sue us and for negligence and wasting money, but, they're pretty dumb.
Oh, they probably live in Florida. And Texas.